Good morning, my dears. We are starting something kind of new today, kind of fun, kind of new. We're going to be doing a little geometry. Now, unfortunately, it still contains fractions, so if you hate fractions, I apologize, but they're still going to be there. But let's take a look at what we got. So, we're going to be looking at area. Now, we're going to start out with doing primarily rectangles and squares. And we know what a rectangle is. It has two pairs of parallel sides, right? If they went on and on forever, they would still never touch because they're parallel. And the same with these, right? If they were traveling forever and ever and ever, they would never cross over because they're parallel. And you can look at the two L's in parallel, like right there, to remind you what parallel is. All right, now when we do area, what we're really doing is we're filling in a particular space, right? So if I have, let's say this is a square, and I want to find the area. Well, what I could do is I could put like 1-inch tiles in there. And then when I get it full, that would be the area. So what's the area of this square? 1, 2, 3, 4 this way, 1, 2, 3 this way. So that is 12. And the way that we write it is we put a little 2 beside the measurement because it's filling in the square. All right, that was difficult. But anyway, this 2 means squared, just like if we say 5 with an exponent of 2, we call that 5 squared, right? Because you're multiplying 5 times 5. Over here, you're multiplying this times this, and if each of these is an inch and you fill it in, that's 12 inches squared, okay? Just so you know, and it could be any kind of measurement. It doesn't have to be inches. So, something to think about is that not all shapes are perfect rectangles. They might be broken into smaller rectangles or squares. So, when you're looking at this one, I noticed the first thing is that some of these sides are naked. And if they're naked sides, you need to put something on them. That's just the first rule. So, what's going to go over here? 10. Also notice that this side right here is naked. What would go here? 2 feet. I know that because this side is 2 feet. So what does this 4 feet represent? It represents this. And what does this 4 feet represent? It represents this. So friends, how long is this side down here? You should be able to tell that it's 14 feet. And the reason that it's 14 feet is it's this one plus this one plus this one. That's telling me this length. I don't have to include these 2's because that's telling me the distance upward. So when you do a problem like this, you're going to have to do one shape first and then the other shape. So let's find the area of this rectangle. What is the area of this rectangle? Remember, the formula for area is length times width. Length times width, LW, and they're stuck together because that means you multiply them. So the area would be 140. Oops, you know what? I'm not going to do it there. I'm going to do it in here. 140 for this, and I'm going to put feet. Need to make sure I have the right measurement, and I'm going to put squared. Now, this little box, I'm going to change color pens. This little box, I have to find the area of it now. What will that be? Remember, area is length times width. And what is the area of this? Well, it's 2 times 6, so this would be 12 square feet, or 12 feet squared. Then I would add them together to get the total area, which would be 152 feet squared. So you have to kind of challenge yourself to be able to break down or decompose an irregular shape. So on these, I'm going to leave you some information, and then as a class, you're going to talk through it and see if you can find out the area. All right, have a great day, my friends.